Good evening, everybody. It is Sunday, June 1st, as I'm starting my June shop tour. I'm starting here on the right-hand corner when you first enter the shop, as I usually do. Got the door open because it's beautiful. It's June 1st. I'm out here in shorts on sunny Long Island. See, Chris, it does get sunny here sometimes, even at like almost 8 o'clock. Look, daylight. Anyway, if we get into the shop, nothing to report here. That ledge still needs to come out. The pogo stick still needs to be fixed. And I've still got a bandsaw. Moving into the shop, I've got screws for a current project in those bins. Those are going to get used tomorrow, so I'm just leaving them out. That's a faux wall for my son. It's a piece of plywood painted white that in art class is to be decorated via graffiti method. I don't know what the hell they're going to do, but anyway, that's on the bench. And that's a sample board. I covered this end of it, and I sprayed that end with some lacquer. I'm trying to match some finishes for a clock. As we come down this side, I've still got the old DeWalt planer, which I've got to turn around and sell. I'll again say, anybody's interested in it, hit me up. Otherwise, it's ultimately going to go on Craigslist once I get my act together. Here in the middle of the shop, those scraps you'll see there are some ACQ, which are remnants from my project yesterday, which was building that picnic table that I now need to bring over some burly men to help me move it into the backyard because I can't move it by myself. So always a good idea when you're building a picnic table, build it in the front yard at your shop, not in the backyard where it's going to go. Here, though, is the real thing. Longtime viewers will remember the tree house, which is still not quite done. So what you're looking at here are two 4x4x8s of ACQ treated wood, and these are going to be the posts for the rails. Last thing I did last year was install the stairs. The stairs still don't have rails. This is what I'm going to make the rails on. I finally decided on a rail design. It's going to be a combination of some steel pipe and some wood, and these are going to be the wood components. So maybe next weekend I'll start working on the treehouse. These are just inside. Come back here. Nothing's really changed in the shop. On the bench, I've got this piece drying. There's a big knot there that's filled with epoxy. The epoxy is probably dried by now, but I did this afternoon. See the pencil marks? I have to sand it. This is going to be a rack to hold the kids' backpacks. My wife picked up 3 of these pineapple hooks, and this piece of spalted maple, not all that much spalt on it, but it's a piece of spalted maple. It's going to go on the wall, and the hooks will go here, here, and here, and the kids can hang their backpacks on it, because right now they're on the floor and we trip over their stuff on the floor. Come around here, behind all those drills, you can see the clock that's going to be restored. You see that little CXS from Festool? I'm still putting it through its paces. I talked about that on an MWA podcast a couple weeks ago. I continue to be underwhelmed, excuse me. I continue to be underwhelmed by it. I'm overwhelmed by its comfort. It's cute. It fits in your hand. It looks like a little ray gun. But it sucks. It's got no balls, no power, no torque. And, okay, you can say it's a little 12-volt thing. It's not supposed to have a lot of torque. But I'm not comparing it to an 18-volt hammer drill. I'm comparing the Festool 12-volt to the DeWalt 12-volt, which is dramatically more powerful. I've never picked the DeWalt up and said, wow, that won't do. But the Festool was unable to drill through 2x6. I was making that picnic table yesterday, and I was trying to pre-drill for 2x6, and I'm using small, I don't know, 1/8-inch size drill bits. I don't know exactly what it was, but it was well under a 1/4 inch, probably 1/8 inch about. And it would bind up and that drill would stop. It did not have the torque to drill an 1/8 inch hole, 1.5 inches deep in ACQ treated lumber. And, well, I guess I could only use it to put in tiny little number 4 screws into the delicate cabinets I make, or, you know, maybe I'll give it to Matt Kenny and he can use it on his baby furniture. I am failing to find a spot for it in an actual working shop. So I'm not quite ready to kick it to the street yet, but the more I use it, the less useful I find it. Anyway, I mentioned Matt to talk about fine woodworking for a moment. I just listened to their most recent Shop Talk Live episode, and Asa was talking about the beauty of having multiple drills, one set up to drill, one set up to screw, and things like that. And he's absolutely right, and that's the boat this Festool thing misses, is the end comes off, and it does 9 different things. But it's so much better to have multiple drills and drivers than just the one that you have to keep switching. And frankly, at the price, you can buy multiples for less than the cost of the one. And again, in use, it's proving to have no torque. It's just I don't understand it. It's a piece of crap. I don't know why people are enjoying them. That's my Festool rant for now. Here's some more dyed boards for that clock I'm trying to match. You see the dyed boards, you see the clock back there. Clearly it's going to be the dark finish, not the medium finish. But now on the dark finish, I'm trying out multiple coats of shellac, I'm trying lacquer, I'm trying a bare, and see which is going to be the best match. Nothing to report over here. I still have to make the caster mounts to get this thing under the cabinet. And I've got the lumber rack up there, which I was in over the weekend, and it's a pain in the ass to reach over this monster. So I need to break down and build those wheels so it'll fit tighter to the wall. I can win about 12, 14 inches by drilling it against the wall. That's been on my to-do list forever. Here's the newest addition to the shop, this 15-inch Grizzly, which was here in the last tour. Was it here? No, I don't think it was here in the last tour. So, here it is. Still kind of coming to terms with it. It is a monster in a good way. Does a beautiful job of finishing. It's not the DeWalt, and the DeWalt is what I've used for years and years, so it's a little bit of learning on my part to adjust a little bit, and I'm getting a ton of snipe. But I'll figure it out, and in either case, even with the snipe, the finish that comes off of the helical head, it was just gorgeous. Today I posted some pictures of this maple board, and I've not done any sanding or anything to the finish. That's the finish right out of the planer. And it's absolutely gorgeous. Did a really nice job. So I don't mean to bitch about it. I'm very pleased with the Grizzly. I had a little bit of time under my belt with it, and I think it's going to be absolutely fantastic. The one thing I've realized is I need to get off my butt and set up some better dust collection. But that's that. It's springtime, so the benchmark is back in the shop. I used it to make the picnic table again yesterday. And somehow I've got sheet goods again, even though I cleaned this area out the other day. So that is the shop for June 1st. Kind of a quick tour, a little ranty, hope you don't mind, but that's where we stand. Hope your shop's coming along.